Bonjour, je m'appelle Madame Edel. Welcome to French Language and Culture. You're new to this course and so am I. This is the first time I'm teaching French on VHS, but I'm a French teacher in the non-virtual world. I teach at a small 6 to 12 school in Washington, Connecticut called Chippewa Valley School. In addition to teaching French, I sometimes teach German and I work with the English language learners in our district. This will be my 4th online course. My background as a language teacher includes several exchange programs in high school and college. That was my thing when I was your age. After college, I moved to France. I lived in Paris for about 5 years, and then I lived in Germany for another 7. When I was living in Europe, I worked for several international companies, but when I came back to the US, I realized that the things I liked the most, working with young people and languages, were a really good fit for teaching. That's how I got here. I enjoy teaching online courses, but there are some challenges. It's a little harder to get to know you than it is in the real world. That's why some of the first activities include introducing ourselves to each other. I would really appreciate it if you would put some kind of picture in your profile. I know some of you might be camera shy, but if you can put a picture of something you like to do, that way I'm making a connection with you every time I'm communicating with you. In order to update your profile picture, you go to the tab that says Class List. The course expectations are outlined very clearly in week 0, but you may find the amount of information a little overwhelming at first, especially if this is your first online class. I want you to know that I'm going to be patient, especially in the first few weeks of the course. The most important thing is to communicate with me if you have a question or there's something you don't understand. You'll be surprised. I can be very flexible, especially if you let me know. I will be using rubrics for grading. I wanted to give you a little heads up about grading because it's very black and white. I use the rubrics and I'll also look at the assignment very carefully as I'm grading. So if the assignment, for example, says to post by a certain day, it's really important that you do so for full credit. There are several different kinds of assignments, and it's especially important to post on time for the discussions because that's the only way we can have a robust discussion is by participating fully in the discussion from the get-go. This first week, you're responsible for lessons 0 and lesson 1. Lesson 0 contains all the nitty-gritty information about how the course works, so it's important to read it carefully. But the information will be accessible throughout the course. You may have to go back to it to refer to it. Some of the rubrics are in there, for example, so I go back to them as well throughout the course. The new lessons always start Wednesday morning at 6 o'clock in the morning and they end Tuesday night at midnight. That means that the lessons close after this time. If you have work to post outside of these dates, I ask that you post it to the private topic, which is also called the PT, and that's where we can communicate directly. All this is explained in the week 0. One last thing. If you know you're going to be absent, please just let me know. I can open a lesson early for you and we can agree on a plan for you to complete the work. If you want to watch this video again after you've read all the information, it will stay in the news area on the home page. You'll just need to scroll down because I put in new news items that appear on the top of the home page every week. My favorite part about teaching online courses is that I always learn a lot from my students. I really look forward to learning from you and to getting to know you. À bientôt. See you soon.